of course, nothing could touch the disaster that was the wide receiver room last year because of injury, first and foremost. I would have expected, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm, again, going to fly off the top of my forethoughts on doing an OU preview maybe 3 weeks ago, and the names that I've since forgotten possibly. But, I think of Auburn going out and getting an Eric Singleton from Georgia Tech, a guy that's a known commodity. And the wide receivers have to be better. And I know Deion Burks is counted upon, but it didn't seem like OU went out and got a guy that we can necessarily count on.
I'll tell you, they love the guys that they went out and got at wide receiver. Giovanni Gibson, the Arkansas Pine Bluff transfer. They felt at the time that was a guy that had really flown under the radar nationally and probably didn't have the type of attention that he warranted when he got in the transfer portal. He was probably Oklahoma's best receiver in the spring up until he suffered a foot injury that required surgery and has kept him on the shelf ever since the month of April. So assuming he's back to full speed, and he should be by week 3 or 4 at the absolute latest, that's a guy that Oklahoma expects is going to play a major role in the offense. Another guy, and I'm as culpable as anybody in this, Mark, I probably did not talk up this guy as much as I probably should, but he has really made waves throughout the offseason and just steadily continued to impress and turn more and more and more heads, is Isaiah Satania, the redshirt junior slot wideout, formerly of Arkansas. And this is a guy that had some pretty solid production for the Razorbacks a year ago in what was a less than stellar offensive situation. And by all accounts, he and John Mateer have developed a really solid chemistry. He's going to presumably start in that slot for Oklahoma. And the last time Oklahoma had a slot receiver that was taking the lion's share of the snaps and was as good as Satania is, well, that was Drake Stoops in 2023, and he finished that campaign with 84 catches for 962 yards. So the opportunity for production is going to be there for Satania, and he's also just a supreme athlete, electric with the football in his hands. He's going to contribute in the return game as well. And then another guy worth mentioning that just got in at the tail end of the spring, he was a transfer in the post-spring window, is McNeese transfer Jermichael Carter. Again, another FCS guy, so maybe going to register nationally as somebody that, his arrival at Oklahoma is regarded as seismic. But they love him, love his length. He's about 6'4", 190 pounds. Incredibly athletic dude and a very hard worker by all accounts. So that's somebody that I would expect is going to play a role for Oklahoma as well. But your 3 starting wideouts, assuming they are healthy at the start of the season, my belief would be it's Deion Burks, it's Giovanni Gibson, and it's Isaiah Satania.
And Parker, it's funny because as I go through every team, and I've made it through about 40 teams across the country, OU wide receivers keep popping up, like Khalil Farouk somewhere, and Andrew Anthony somewhere, and Nick Anderson somewhere. And I keep thinking, why didn't these guys hang around, considering the dearth there at Oklahoma? But you would thought they would have stuck around. But